Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Let's Vibe, the channel that's all about crystals and our feelings. So, as you may notice, we've got some low light uh, happening in this video. It's nighttime, and I wanted to keep the lights kind of low uh, for this video because um, I want to do some more channeling using the larvikite crystal skull that I used in my last video where I channeled the energies of the Jupiter Neptune conjunction earlier this month and uh, excuse me. I was feeling inspired to channel some other energies out there in our solar system, in our astrology, astrological world. Uh, Specifically, the feminine, certain feminine energies, divine feminine. We're not just talking any old feminine here. Um, I tend to get pretty passionate about issues involving society, politics, civil rights, current events, things like that. And obviously, I'm also very much into um, the metaphysical with crystals and astrology. And sometimes, things inter these things intersect at times, and um, I've been thinking a lot about there's an asteroid in everyone's chart called Juno, and Juno was or is the Roman goddess, mainly the goddess of women and childbirth, but also she was a goddess of the state and of protecting the state, a goddess of truth and justice, especially like in a governmental, political sense. She was, um, yeah, she was she wasn't what am I trying to say? She covered both worlds, the world of politics and the world of women and mothers. And anyway, Juno, as the asteroid in our charts, is often talked about as like what kind of spouse you might be in your life, the values that you have, depending on where Juno is, the kinds of values you bring to a marriage. Or I could definitely use more education on the astrology of Juno, but that is the basic foundation for, um, that's the basic realm that Juno, the asteroid, and the goddess cover. And as I've been thinking about Juno and thinking about those energies of, the divine feminine and the state, I also I thought about another planetary body out there in our solar system, and that's the dwarf planet Eris. And this is Eris in Greek mythology was the sister of um, Ares. And Eris is all about chaos and discord. She creates conflict and drama, and she does it on purpose. And she's, from what I've been learning in the last, um, well, maybe in the last year or so, as I've been studying astrology, I've been learning that Eris is also about equality and allowing the people to be heard, making sure that everyone's voice in a society is heard. And as I was doing research on these two planetary bodies, and I saw a picture of Eris and a picture of Juno, the um, out there in space, and the energies that I got from those pictures was just like girl, especially from Eris. Wow. So I thought, why not, with the help of my larvikite skull, I want to try some channeling of the energies of Juno and Eris at this present moment. And, I like I did in the last video, I'm gonna speak out loud what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, and feeling. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to start with Juno and see where we go from there. So, Juno is queen of the gods in both Greek and Roman mythology. She wants people to know that. Her energy is very austere, and I think that's the right word for it. This is not like playful. um, yeah, that she's stern. Right now, Juno is in the sign of Aquarius. I was looking that up earlier. I'm not intuiting that. Maybe with practice, I'll be able to do that at some point. But no, I did some research beforehand, and Juno is in Aquarius right now, which I feel is a really good sign for Juno to be in because, well, she is about, you know, the people, if we, specifically women, but that, that's half of society. So she's also about the state. And so she is about big picture. So, looking at society and um, that falls within the realm of Aquarius. And she's tired and angry because the divine masculine here on Earth is in like the final stages, the final stages of its long, protracted, abusive, shadow side era. It's just, the divine masculine is so, like, it's so protracted. Like, think of a prolapsed, you know what. Juno is not mincing words. Yeah, that's kind of how she feels, or that's, I mean, that's the feeling that I'm picking up as I'm focusing on this archetype. Um, I mean, if you just look around the world, it's like, in some ways it's almost like this like the divine masculine, that very sick and dying side of the divine masculine. It's like it's been trying to come back with that war crap, you know. I just think about all those rumors. I'm what's coming to mind is you know, all the rumors and fearful talk of war and um, the war between Russia and Ukraine. And in some ways, it's like these echoes of 70, 80 years ago. And Juno is like, you must be kidding me. No, we're we're not doing that. Juno wants to say, we're not doing that. We're not doing the the misery, the horror, the, you know, demonic destruction of human life, and, you know, the stuff that we've seen many times over in the last 80 to 100 years, really 100 years, the last 100 years, going all the way back to World War One. We're not doing that. She wants everyone to know. Juno represents the divine feminine, and she wants us to know that it is now the beginning of the divine feminine's return. And the divine feminine is done with the carnage and the hell that certain men, very sick, very ill men in this world, are trying to bring us. And she's not having it. And no divine feminine archetype is having it. Like, they're all fed up. Which brings me to Eris, which, y'all, the energy of Eris, I mean, just as an aside, if you have some time, take some time to look at photos. Go on Wikipedia, look up Eris, the dwarf planet, and Juno, the asteroid. Look at the main photos, and or the clearest photos. Like, the way that these bodies are shining is pretty incredible, especially Eris, because Eris is so far away, and she is shining so bright. Um, and Eris is actually a little bit bigger than Pluto, so she's a major body out there in space. Anyway, the pictures are incredible. But back to Eris's energy. I mean, she is ready to crash a party. She is ready to crash the party. She is ready to F up some, people with their heads in the clouds. She's ready to mess with some, I don't know, the rich and famous, the rich and powerful. She's ready to mess around. She is tired of what she sees, and what she sees is injustice, and she sees she sees the silencing of people, the silencing of truth. And no, that is you know, she's not messing around with conspiracies. She is about actual truth and people's truth. The people's truth. I mean, people expressing their voice, letting their voice be heard. Eris is in the sign of Aries. And I mean, that's her sign. So it's a very fierce energy that she gives off. And it's just an energy of like, I'm going to cause some disruption because some people don't want to listen. Some people don't want to listen. They don't want to care. They don't want to they just don't want to allow people to speak. And so she's gonna cause a little chaos. Okay. Don't want this video to go on too long, so I will stop it there. But yeah, just a lot of there's a lot of assertiveness, a lot of frustration coming out, a lot of like, we've had enough kind of vibration. Well, let me know down in the comments your thoughts, or leave a question. If you have a crystal or stone you'd like me to talk about, you can let me know. And as always, thank you so much for vibing with me.